Hey, it's Ocean, and welcome back to another episode of Lovesick. Divorce has not been easy, and Lizbeth can totally attest to that. Some of you even said in the comments from the last episode, maybe she doesn't want to be with Alden anymore. That may not be the case, but an end of a relationship in general is just really tough. I really think some therapy will do her justice. I'm going to have her get up this morning, kind of get dressed. Did she just wake up and play the violin? Look at Raj's mom on the other side of this door. Like, who is that? Oh, I don't think that was a good idea, Eliana, to play the violin at 5 a.m. Can you keep the noise down? She can hear it through the drywall. Oh, goodness gracious. I feel so bad. Listen to Greta's. What's her name? Hi, Miss Rozoya. I'm sorry, you're right. That was very inconsiderate. I'll keep the noise down. Thank you for letting me know. I'm so sorry. She's like, golly, like this is supposed to be my son's girlfriend. Ooh, wait until, I really didn't want to meet her that way. That was kind of awkward for Eliana. Let's go ahead and just pay the bills. And we need to call Raj and say, hey, I think I met your mom and I don't think she likes my violin playing. And for Raj, he's like, oh my gosh, hey, I told her I was going to set up a dinner so she could formally meet you, my mother. I don't think I got off to a good start. It's so funny because I actually have in my notes here that I did want Raj to set up a dinner so that Eliana could formally meet his mother, because that's how they do in their family. It has to be a dinner, it has to all be set up, and it's really awkward that we just met that way. I think it was a bad idea for her to come in here like this. Oh no, not the toilet being broke again. Lizbeth has no time for it at all today. Things need to be cleaned, and she's literally just crying out her feelings. She really wants to stop being sad. It's decreasing her sadness, which is amazing, but we also just want her to go to therapy and kind of like express everything there too. So let's go to family and therapy services. We need to definitely talk. It is after hours, but truthfully right now, we just really need to talk to someone. I think I might just call the therapist. Support groups are only from 4 to 8, and then going to the therapist, that's at 10. But she really needs to speak to someone now because she just doesn't want the girls to see her like this. I don't care. We're just going to pay for it. See what that does for us. Hi, I'm sorry, Delaney. I'm so sorry for calling you right now. I'm just trying to process all of this, and I just really need your help right now. Please give me some coping skills, possibly. And from talking to Delaney, she instantly remembers, like, wow, Love Day in The Sims 4 is literally a day away. And it says here she has to prep for a romantic holiday, and she's not even feeling up for it. She's like, I don't want to be sad on Love Day. But here we have, no, Madison, don't eat that. She's not going to want to eat this. It has turkey bacon in it, and she's not, nah. She should have ate, let's just have Madison. Now, here's the thing with Madison, which is hilarious, is that Neval, her dad, calls her and she literally ignores. He'll call just to see how she's doing ever since seeing her at the housewarming party. And she just completely ignores the call. She doesn't even push like the red X. She just lets it ring. And again, even though she saw him, she's just getting older. She has a lot of, I feel even distanced from Madison as well. Like, I feel like she's kind of growing into herself. She's getting older, and plus middle school is like the hardest years, I think, before high school. I think middle school for all of us was kind of like hard. It was a very big jump in growth as a person, and then high school is, you're kind of stepping into your adulthood, but like adolescence, it's like, oh my gosh. So I just think Madison's just really moody, all of that stuff. So now she's getting ready to go, and so is Abigail. They're both getting ready to head out. She looks so much older than Abigail, and I absolutely love that because it's so realistic. We're suddenly feeling flirty. We're feeling kind of good. And I love that for Lizbeth. We had a nice little therapy session. We may go again later on in the day just to kind of regroup. This is gross, not very good. And I think we might even do like a small little workout out here just to feel like we're, really getting out of our funk, our mood. Lizbeth is very determined to not feel in her feelings today about this. And at first I was going to skip past her feeling this way because look, now all of a sudden she's flirty, but I did want to capitalize on those emotions and see her down for a little bit and see that. But look at how amazing this is. You're working out right here. The water is right there. It's just so beautiful to do this right now. She's got her music in her ears. So Lizbeth was just waiting outside of Raj's apartment with Ellie. And honestly, she was like, okay, I'm just going to make some coffee. She showered, she's dressed, she's feeling good. You know, had a nice little emergency sesh with her therapist. And she's brewing coffee. It feels like forever since she's actually had some coffee. And it's funny because you all know that Alden always has to have some coffee in the morning and everything, and it's like, wow, like is this just me being triggered by the situation? I don't know, but she's enjoying a cup of coffee. She's gonna have a lazy day. She's supposed to see her intern today, go to the library, you know, chop it up with her, teach her a couple things and how the company works and all that. But right now she's going to watch Cinder, one of her favorite movies, season 1. You already know she watched Cinder with, who was it? Imani, her first best friend. She's watching it. She's seeing the girls chop it up. Everyone's looking at their phones, swipe left, swipe right. You know, it's making her feel all right. And, you know, in this moment, she's just chilling, drinking her coffee. And I don't have a set in stone what to say. Quick question. Rami Watson and I were planning to spend some casual friend time together. Should I do it? Yeah, Mom, you should totally get some more friends. Sure, I guess. Who is Rami Watson? I don't know because I think that's a cottage living townie. I had no real direction or vision for this episode because I just wanted to chill and embrace the fact that, yeah, that season is over and it's just what it is. Right now she's texting on her phone. I wonder who she could be texting. And oops, it looks like it's actually Neval saying, can we please chat? And so I'm like, chat how? He is video calling now. So let's pretend that he's calling us. But we actually don't really have that great of a relationship with Neval either. Like, do you see this? Where is it? Where is he? You see how this is in the red? I love that for us. We're just friends. So she's like, what's up? Like, what did you need? And he's saying right now, well, hold on. What's she feeling? Why is she upset? Noisy neighbors. Okay, we have noisy neighbors. Oh my gosh. We really need to just get out the house and do something. I want Eliana to be busy doing something. So I'm going to have her do a social activity. Just go on a date. Just do that. Yep, with Raj. Neval is just saying, hey, you know, I texted Madison the other day. She didn't answer. I called her the other day and this morning to wish her a happy, you know, have a great day at school, and she didn't answer. Is her phone on? And Lizbeth is just like, yeah, her phone's on. And he's like, well, can you talk to her and tell her to call me? And Lizbeth is just thinking to herself when she was talking to Neval, like, you know, I could just be honest with him and tell him, hey, it's probably because everything you put her through, she probably doesn't care anymore about your company. But she doesn't know for sure. Maybe Madison's just busy or didn't see the call. But in her eyes, she's like, okay, great. Like, here, another problem. And it sounded like he was freaking out. She doesn't know how often she talks to Neval, but she did invite him to the housewarming party, you know, off the strength that she thought that would make Madison happy, you know. But I guess it didn't really make a difference if we're finding out now that Madison's not answering his calls and everything. Hey, I heard you became friends with 𝐨𝐩𝐞𝐧. He's pretty cool. Wow, we have not spoke to Imani in forever. Did she tell her she was speaking to 𝐨𝐩𝐞𝐧? Or like, what was that about? Yo, the neighbors are so loud. This is where the therapist lives, and that's kind of interesting. I have got to get out of here. Let's go ahead and get our intern. We're going to meet her at a little cafe. This is kind of chill and nice, a little break from the drama, kind of. You know, Lovesick doesn't chill for too long. Head over to the Oceanview library, which is created by RoxxySims 7. All the lots that you see me using, I do also put them in the description with their appropriate gallery ID in the description, because I know you all love some of these lots that you see me playing in, and I would love for you to play in them too. Wow, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my goodness, maganda. That is beautiful in Tagalog. I have been studying Spanish and also a little bit of Tagalog because most of you, I don't know, I plug this in sometimes here and there. I'm Filipino and Black, but I'm also trying to learn Spanish because it's spoken frequently where I am. I know a lot of Spanish speakers. So if you speak some Spanish, drop some Spanish in the comments. Go ahead. I would appreciate that. Where is Trisha? Let's lock the camera on her. Okay, it looks like she's already here. She's ready to get started. You can hear her voice from miles away, and that's what kind of like made me say, oh, this is so maganda, because she is a Filipino. Is it cold? Is it too cold for this outfit? Okay, it's a little cold. All right, I'll let her wear this. Hold on, wait. Sometimes I just have to. I'm so particular about Lizbeth's outfits. I'm like, what do we want? What do I want you to wear, girl? What are we wearing today? What are we wearing? Yeah, I think that'll do it. You know what? We haven't worn this outfit in a while. We see Trisha and she's like, "Hi, hey, Lizbeth, right?" Yes. Also, really quick, as you can see here, it says Lizbeth Savalani. So she is no longer a proctor. Normally in real life, this takes about a week or so because it just depends on how much you procrastinate to change your last name. But she is now Savalani. No more proctor. No more proctor household, okay? Because I know you all are like, oh my God, is she going to change her name? Is her name changed? Trisha's like, I'm really excited. Like, I just graduated not too long ago. All this really good stuff and that Elizabeth probably really doesn't care about because she's so not formal. So what are we supposed to learn today? Well, normally at the office, gosh, I didn't even really think this out myself, but they're talking about office shindigs, okay? You plug in. I'm always plugging in. You plug in for me. But they're talking about office stuff. Let's have a deep conversation with her. And Trisha's like, gosh, enough of that. Like, what's your story? Like, I thought my intern was going to be like an old man, with glasses or something, kind of similar to my literature teacher. But you, gosh, you are hot. You are hot. And Liz's like, oh, thanks. Thank you. I have been writing since X, Y, and Z. I started here. Now I work at this office. X, blah, 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 blah. And Trisha's like, this is getting boring now. Like, let's go get some drinks really quick. Like, drinks? Like, what do you mean drinks? I wish Trisha would interact with me. It just feels so unnatural for me to just do all of the interactions. I'm going to tell a joke about professors, like, because she made a joke about her professors in college and stuff. But she's like, get a drink right now? And she's like, yeah, let's get out of here. The library's boring. You look like you're fun. And honestly, Lisbeth is thinking to herself, like, well, I am kind of fun. But she's like, do we do this with our intern? Like, do we just hang out with our intern? She hasn't hung out with anyone except for her specific friend group. And so, yeah, I mean, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to go across the street, maybe get a bite to eat? And she's like, yeah, let's get something. So, and they even have this delicious Mexican food out here. So let's go ahead and get something. What do we want? Taquitos, empanadas. She's not like a burrito person. So we'll probably just get something very light, like some taquitos. This is kind of fun that we could just kind of like get out. And who is she talking to? Hey, if you keep texting and running at the same time, you might trip on something. And it's like, oh, sorry. I'm just talking to the photographer, actually, of our building, our office. Speaking of the photographer, you all know who that is. If you don't, please catch up on the other episodes. But I'm continuing my private message with 𝐨𝐩𝐞𝐧. Now, why am I talking on Meet and Mingle with 𝐨𝐩𝐞𝐧 when we already have his number? He's been to our housewarming party and we've purchased we've adopted a kitten from him. Well, purchased actually because we paid for her, but it's because there's something nostalgic. There's a little novelty in the fact that we're still chatting on Meet and Mingle even though we have each other's numbers. Oh, what are you sending me, 𝐨𝐩𝐞𝐧? Nice chatting with you. It's always a pleasure chatting with you, 𝐨𝐩𝐞𝐧, you know that. But no, really, they're just talking simple. They're not flirting per se, they're not doing any of that. And whoa, Trish, like, what happened? Did you just change your clothes? Immediately, if you all didn't notice, Trisha is definitely maybe about 3 or 4 years younger than Lizbeth in my eyes. So she's young, she's vivacious. Yes, she has just a youthful energy about her, and it kind of makes Lizbeth kind of reflect on her life. I mean, she has 2 kids. She's got an ex-husband, a baby daddy, and Trisha's just out here trying to find herself. She's already getting this internship at her age. Lizbeth literally dropped out of college. I did want that kind of friendship, like she's only a couple years younger than her, but she could learn a lot from Lizbeth and vice versa. She loves alternative hip hop and winter holiday. I love that. She's cool. Okay, and what? I don't even know where this is coming from. Why does Akira randomly hit Lizbeth up? Like, did you see me? Are you saying hi? Like, what's the tea? I don't understand, but I am going to, Well, I have to go. It was nice talking to you, Trish. And yeah, I live right over there. So I will meet you later, girlfriend. See you at work. So Lizbeth is currently making some buttered gnocchi, I think. She just leveled up in the gourmet cooking skill. Thought that'd be cool for her to level up in the gourmet cooking. And she is just chilling, doing her mom thing. I love moments like this where we can just see her doing normal life stuff because I'm a boring simmer. I just am. Madison actually has Philip over. Well, Philip's not watching the movie anymore. So where did he go? We're in the room. All right, cool. We're getting older. Philip why is he so grumpy? Oh, he's feeling tense. Let's just make him happy. Abigail doesn't even care about like Philip being friends with him anymore. Remember how she really wanted to be friends with Philip? Like she doesn't even care. Eliana's in here being nosy per usual. She's probably going to take a peek at the frog that Abigail refused to get rid of from their camping trip. So she's just looking at it like, okay, they finally got a little, glass, what's it called? Habitat, whatever thing for it. Lizbeth is holding her mouth. She's shocked because she can't believe that she just read a text from Neval that was very cryptic. Like I said, he's been sending very concerning texts. And so she is going to actually call him and hopefully he picks up. Where is this knucklehead? He's right here. And she's just like, hey, like, what is going on with you? What's wrong with you? Like, why are you sending all these really depressing things? Like, are you okay? And he's like, I don't know. Like, no one cares about me and no one cares about me anymore. No one loves me. I'm lonely. And it's very woe, it's me. But honestly, like, that's just from this perspective. It's very serious and it's not anything to really like joke about. But yeah, he is feeling a certain way. So the kids are busy in here. I think what Lizbeth is going to do is take a trip, unfortunately, because the way that he's talking right now is really concerning her. So she's just going to travel there. I want to ask Eliana to come, but I think what we're going to do is just ask Asher to just like kind of like tag along with us. I know that it might be weird. Like, why are you bringing Asher? But Lizbeth doesn't want to just like pop up on Neval by herself because of what he's saying. He is having some really dark thoughts right now, and Lizbeth as a person cannot deal with that on her own. So if Asher could just be outside while she's seeing if he's okay. This is just a physical check-in to make sure that he is okay. So Elizabeth is here. We have Asher, and honestly, she is going to do a little joke. Like, it's not funny, but she's like, oh my gosh, thank you, because oh my gosh, I really hope he's okay. And he's like, girl, it's okay. Like, come on, let's go. And this isn't funny. I just don't have the interactions to describe the conversation, like, of Lisbeth checking up on him. So it's raining. It's so weird to be back in Evergreen Harbor, for one. And Lisbeth feels very weird walking up these stairs. And it's just kind of all coming back just a little. She's knocking. Please answer. Please answer. Feeling immature, that old college look just doesn't cut it for Elizabeth. This Elizabeth think it's time she admits that she dislikes the preppy style. Okay, I'm okay with it. So she's coming inside and she's like, Nev, because he didn't answer the door. He's not here, but there's a bottle on the floor, some red cups, some bottles. It's normally very clean in here just because Naval's a very clean person, but we have bills everywhere, mail, more red cups. You see, he's in the room, he's sleeping, thank goodness. Okay, so he's in the room, we have some tissue here, some more bottles, and she's going to wake him up and say, hey, you okay? Like, I'm glad that he's just sleeping, but still, this is very concerning for Liz. She's like, gosh, like, get your stuff together. And he's like, hey. So let's just pause really quick and assess the situation. He's got tissue here, bottles. He has a thought bubble in his head. Like, Lisbeth, oh my gosh, she came. And can you imagine the refuge, the safety net, that feeling to see her face here in his crazy time of need? And she just knows that he's been drinking and he looks terrible. Like, not that he's ugly or anything like that, but he just looks not like himself. The first thing she's gonna ask is like, are you okay? Let's ask about his day. Are you okay? Like, do you need to talk? And he's like, come on, you want to sit here? No, Nev, I just was checking in on you. He's like, oh, I'm checking in. Like, he's slurring his words. She's like hugging him and he's hugging her. And it's very simple. It's not anything crazy. And she's just going to say, I just came in to check on you. That's it. I just wanted to know if you were okay. She's going to have a deep conversation. Like, listen, you were saying some really scary stuff. And you You might need therapy. I've had to go to therapy. I'm in therapy right now. I don't know what you're going through. And he cuts her off right there, and he's like, yeah, you don't know what I'm going through. No one knows what I'm going through. And he scoots closer to her, and she's like, what is he doing? It's like he keeps scooting close and then backing away. He doesn't know what to do. He keeps moving around, walking around. She's like, what is wrong with him? Like, are you okay? Asher comes in, and Nev is like, you brought Asher here? And she's like, yeah, is that a problem? And I don't think Asher would have just barged in the room like this. Asher has best friend intuition. Like, why are you trying to get close to her? Because look, if you think you're about to get a freebie here, get a little woohoo in, that's not going to happen, honey. Not on my watch. So right now, Neval just starts to get a little irritated. He's like, really? Why would you bring Asher here? This makes no sense. Why are you in my room? Why are you here? She could have came here by herself. And Lizbeth is totally upset. And she's like, don't yell at him. Don't get mad at him. And everything is just getting messy. He's upset. He's drunk. He's getting crazy and he's getting feisty now. Neval has had a little extra juice in his system. So he's snapping on Asher. He's snapping on Liz. He's getting frustrated. That's just to put context on what we're seeing right now. Lizbeth is not playing around. Like, she's super upset with this. She's like, no. Like, you're not going to do this. What do you think I came here for? I came here to check on you. And he's like, oh, you don't care. You're just like everyone else. No one cares about me. And she's going to argue about his parenting because he starts to throw Madison's name in there. And she's also going to argue about how dirty it looks in here. We have to leave, but you need to get help. And Asher's like, hey, dude, calm down. It's okay. It's okay. And okay, what we need to do is just, yeah, you need to go. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad Asher just left on his own accord. As the rain pours, he's crying. In my eyes, I know it looks like he's not crying, but to me, he's crying, he's sobbing, he's yelling, he's frustrated. And he says, I didn't mean to. I didn't want to ruin your life. And she's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, the fire, I lit my cigarette and everything. I was upset you wouldn't come talk to me. And she's like, what are you talking about? She's gonna shout forbidden words at him right now. Like, what the are you talking about? And he's like, the house and the you and Alden, everything's coming out. Everything is coming out. She's like, you mean to tell me that you're the reason why that house on Canal Corner, is that what it's called? Canal Corner? You're the reason why it burnt down? A drunk mind speaks a sober heart. Never forget that. She's fuming at this point because she's piecing it together. Him constantly saying, I didn't mean to. I was lit on my cigarette. You always make me so mad. I came to your house that night. You didn't talk to me. You didn't want to see me. You were trying to work it out. You broke my heart. I threw the cigarette. Everything went into flames. Little pieces of the story. And at this point, she feels stupid for checking on him. She cared about him, and she probably still does. I can't say that in the past tense. She cares, and he's like, it was an accident. She's like, Nev, that is sick. Look at her face. She's like, that is sick. And Neval is trying his best to explain himself, but he is intoxicated. Everything happens for a reason, but this makes her stomach drop because it intensifies the moment. And she's like, just forget it. Let's stop talking about it. She checks her phone and she's like, I need to go home. Eliana just texted me and I have to go. I was just making sure you were okay. And right now he feels completely hurt. If we look here, Lizbeth felt, that things were okay. He came over. He was trying to at least be a good dad. He came to the housewarming party. She had a little bit more empathy for him, and he feels completely hurt that this conversation turned this way. And this was all just because of his meltdown. I don't know if today was the day where Neval just had a mental breakdown with everything. And Lizbeth wanted to help, but when you drop a secret like that, it just totally changed the whole conversation. And I think Lizbeth, being the bigger person, needs to wrap it up. Maybe cheer up parent. And I know this is just so random, but she's not being flirty, but what she's going to say is, you need to go to therapy. Okay. And I will see you later. You need to go to therapy. That's my best advice to you. Lizbeth is getting ready to leave, and Neval's just like, that's it? That's all you came over for? That's all you wanted? And in this moment, Lizbeth is just like trying to be the bigger person again. And so look at her face. She's like, no, I want you to get therapy. It will help you. If you want to get out of this victim mindset, if you want to restart, I suggest you do therapy. And that's all I have to say to you right now. If you want to see Madison and you want to make it right and change your life completely around, you need to get help. You need rehab. I know you've been drinking, and I say this being concerned about you. yes, people do care about you, and you have your daughter to think about. Your daughter cares about you, and you've pushed her away too. Like, he's so mad, and she's like, Nev, I care about you as the father of our child, and if you want a second chance at life and everything, you really need help. And honestly, he's not hearing her right now. So Asher, come on, let's go. Like, let's just freaking go, because I'm not gonna take this. She's like, I'm not gonna take this. All right, I'm going. Come on, Asher. He's drunk. He's belligerent. He can't process what she's saying to him, but hopefully she hopes something sticks. And Asher's like, hold on, like, hold on. Are you okay? Like, wait. Like, hold on. I'm coming. You're getting down the stairs. She's like, I got to get out of here. And she honestly kind of feels like crying because she's so mad. You ever been so mad that you just want to cry? That's how she feels. Well, it's now 6 a.m. It's the next day, and it's actually Love Day. But I think I'm going to stop filming here because on Love Day, we have to have a special dinner with Raj and Eliana. She's going to be meeting his mother, Gira, who we did not have a good start of a relationship because I was playing my violin too loud, apparently. So I do want that to be its own episode, or a side episode, I guess you could say, just like how we did a day in the life of Eliana, and just kind of focus on that because this was so much to take in. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Just keep simming. Always stay wavy, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, peace out.